welcome to the very first inaugural Professional Yappers podcast.
Inaugural.
Inaugural, the first. There's only one. Well, there's going to be more than one. But we are bringing three friends who love to talk sports, and we're just going to, as the title suggests, we are just going to yap.
And we deeply love each other.
I don't know about that part.
We moderately like each other for the most part. My name is Davion. I'm a sports fan. I particularly like professional wrestling, as you may see behind you, and baseball. And my two co-hosts, BWO Sharp and Heemski.
I'm a professional hater.
I will let these two introduce themselves. Go ahead, BWO Sharp.
I'm BWO Sharp, also known as Ronnie, also known as Sarab. Love sports. I'm a Raptors season seat holder. I'm also a TFC season seat holder, but I've been a Raptors season seat holder for like 10 years now, so I love my Raptors. Love my sports, love my wrestling, love my football. Let's go Raptors. I dream.
Hi. I'm Heems, known as the biggest hater, the only hater. Hate the Raptors and hate Joel Embiid. I hate Giannis, KD Stan, LeBron Stan, LeBron fanboy. My Pookie Bear, LeBron James. All right.
Setting the tone right here.
Setting the tone. As you guys can see, Michael Jordan, best player of all time.
How are you a LeBron stan, but you don't have a LeBron poster?
I thought you were going to point back there and say that's LeBron as a joke. That would have been...
Anyways,
Do you even have a LeBron like jersey?
I was saying something else when you interrupted me. But yeah, anyways, really don't like the Raptors and the whole franchise. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, there you go. That's us. You're gonna get to know us quite well, probably, throughout the podcast. This is the first episode. We're hoping to take it to a live stream down the road, but we're gonna see how these work. This is the first time all three of us have done something like together. Right now it is January of 2024, so there's a lot to cover when it comes to the NBA, to the NFL. This playoffs right now. There is hockey going on, but we're not big hockey guys, unless there's a big thing going on. Playoff hockey is great, but we're not going to talk about hockey.
I wouldn't say it's great.
Okay, see, professional hater right there. So I think we're gonna start with the NBA. The first thing on our list is the Siakam trade. I am gonna preface this by saying I don't really know much about what's going on or what happened. Well, I guess what happened with that. Aside from, I get I kind of get the vibe that people didn't necessarily like what we got in return. We were there wasn't much to get back, is my understanding. But I'm gonna let you two talk about this, and I'll try to kind of weave my way through.
Even before we talk about the trade, Raheem, what do you think of Pascal Siakam?
Not a huge fan of the guy. I'm honestly speaking. I just don't think he is a franchise player. You know, I don't recognize him as a go-to guy, as your number one option. He's like a maybe second, definitely like a third option guy. But game on the line, I'm not drawing up a play. I don't want my coach to drop a play for Pascal Siakam at all.
Okay, spin cycle's crazy. I don't know why to go that far. See, and the funny thing is, like, you're not incorrect, but at the same time, you're not correct, because Siakam has proven that he is very well off in a primary role, but I think he thrives a little bit better in a secondary role when he's next to a Kawhi Leonard, right now when he's next to a Halliburton. But at the same time, it's not like you can't discredit his accomplishments from when he started in the league in 2016. The guy went from literally almost becoming a pastor to going into the league, being a bench player, then becoming a starter, most improved, champion, All-NBA second, All-Star. So, like, it's pretty impressive what he's done in such a short amount of time for, again, a guy who is just going to become a pastor.
So, okay, agreed. But I also feel like at this point in his career, because you've named a bunch of accolades. I mean, a lot of players in the league don't have like a resume like that. I feel like he should be farther in his career, if you get what I'm saying.
Why? He literally started in 2016.
He literally started in 2016.
At the age of 22.
Okay, but again, with his accolades, you'd expect him to be a better caliber player. You expect him to be a number one option at this point.
Would
right?
you though? Would you though?
After Kawhi, wait, hold on. After Kawhi left, he was supposed to be the number one guy, correct?
Which he was until COVID hit. He was.
blame
Look at the numbers. No. But look at the numbers though. If you look at if you look at the numbers, that half season where the Raptors were statistically in the best winning percentage of their history, Siakam was that guy. He was an all-star starter. Everything. He was the best. And then COVID hit, and all of a sudden he forgot how to dribble a basketball. He literally dribbled it off his foot in the bubble. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it took him literally a season and a half to return to form. So if you're basing him, I think a lot of casuals like yourself, they'll look at Siakam like, I remember in that Boston series where he couldn't do anything. And that's right. You're absolutely right. He couldn't. But people forget the time before and the time after. That was prime Siakam. All-star Siakam. All NBA second Siakam.
So you told me to look at his stats.
Okay.
Looking at his stats,
I'm staring at them right now. So
25 points a season, correct?
Sure. Okay, this is 24.2 the season after Kawhi left, but go on. Only 5 players that averaged 24, 7 and 6, but go on.
I mean, but as I said before, I think his expectation, the lights were too bright. I'm gonna say the lights were too bright for him.
Okay.
After Kawhi left, there was too much pressure on his shoulders, and you can tell he, as you said before, he's more comfortable as a second option. He's more comfortable as being my little bench boy. He's more comfortable as being my second option. You know, as being my go-to killer. that De'Aaron Fox, that Tyrese, that KD, that Devin Booker, that Shy. You know, like he's just not that guy. But
again, the numbers say otherwise, but I do think Pascal can thrive better in a secondary role. I think not that it's secondary in a sense, but it's just like you can't have him handle the ball and be the primary defender. It's just too much for that, right? But like with the Halliburton, and that's what hurts with the trade, because that trade's so good for Indiana, and so good for him. Like actually, I literally have the game on right now. I'm staring at Siakam right now playing against Denver, and it works out so much better for him because he just has to catch and shoot. He doesn't have to do much. Yeah. Granted, he hasn't been doing the best in the last 2 games, but it's only been 2 games. Like, what do you expect?
He needs time to like settle into his new team, the new organization, and everything.
So let's segue to the return on the Raptors side, and then we'll talk about what Pascal means to the Pacers.
Well, the problem is
the Raptors got.
Well, the problem is the Raptors didn't really get much. Like, we got draft picks that we can possibly flip or not flip, and then we got Bruce Brown, which is great, but there's a high probability that we flip him.
He's gonna be traded. Yeah,
very high.
Let me ask you something, because I saw this, and you both know who these players are that I'm going to bring up. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Were on some show, maybe on Showtime or something. I don't know. Don't watch it. I saw them on TikTok. It was them talking about the Raptors. They pretty much laid out what they think is going to happen with us. Obviously, this year it's pretty much written off. We're probably not going to make the playoffs. If we do, great. But they don't see it. I don't personally see it unless we might be in the play-in game. Who knows? We'll park that. But they were essentially saying, if we keep Bruce Brown, which I don't think we are based on what I'm hearing, but if we keep him, that we might have someone that's really going to help the development of this team going forward with some of the players that we have with RJ. Hopefully if we keep IQ, because I know he's an RFA, but these are players that they seem to be doing fairly well with us right now. And it's because we're kind of like the development warehouse. Like, we develop and then unfortunately they kind of move on to other things sometimes after us.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about that? Because they're pretty much saying, hey, this year's a write-off, but look for the Raptors after this year. There could be things that happen here.
It's surprising that either of those guys said that about the Raptors, because they're just like Raheem. They're professional haters when it comes to Toronto. They hate Canada. Yeah, they hate Canada.
And he was the one leading the conversation. So I was surprised when I saw that.
I think I don't think Bruce Brown's that guy. As a vet or somebody that's molding molding your young players, I did. What am I doing with a Bruce Brown on my team? I'd rather trade him, get some draft picks, or get somebody else. But Bruce Brown, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's I agree with that. Like, again, granted, I don't really know these guys. I didn't even know who Bruce Brown was when we got him. Like, that's how far away I am from the sport right now. I was quite into it when we were in the perennial playoff, whatever.
yeah.
But he seems like a player's kind of guy from the way that people talk about him. Like, players love him, and he'll put up, I guess, incremental numbers, maybe not the greatest, but players seem to like him more than a fan base.
Yeah, if this was last season where we still had Freddie and everyone, yeah, I would welcome a Bruce Brown. It would complement the team off the bench. But right now, where we are, especially after trading Siakam, we don't need a Bruce Brown. We don't need to make the play-in. In fact, that's the opposite. We need to tank so hard that we get at least the 6th pick. Because anything over the 6th pick, we lose that pick to San Antonio.
I mean, they don't even have to tank hard. They just have to play how you're usually playing because it's Raptors.
Okay, no, wow, no. Don't forget, we beat your Suns. We beat your Durant Suns, right? So don't forget that this season. But whatever. But yeah, with Bruce Brown though, quickly, I think he's a good addition to the team. I just don't think I'm not against trading him. If we keep him, that'll be great because you know what, he actually can help the bench. He can help the team as well because he has championship experience.
Come off the bench.
He has to come off the bench. There's literally no other option. Because it's IQ, Scotty, RJ, Jakob when he's back, and then whoever wants to play shooting guard. Maybe Gary, maybe Bruce. We don't know yet. They're both. The problem is with Gary and with Bruce, they're both the same position. They both do similar stuff. The thing is, Bruce has just better defense, and that's kind of what we need. We need more defense, and we need more off the bench. I hear the rumor is that we want to get rid of Bruce and Dennis. I'm not opposed to that.
Dennis hasn't been the same without his blonde streak in his hair. That was the only reason I knew who he was.
He just needs more German teammates.
Okay then.
Is there anything else that you guys want to bring up on this trade?
Pascal joining the Pacers is huge. I think it's gonna help them make a deep playoff run, maybe second round exit. Who knows?
I mean, the second round exit is good for them. It hurts me the most knowing that Pascal wanted to play with Turner, and we've been trying to get Turner for years, and it just never worked. That hurts me the most.
What could be?
I know, but let's talk about Griffin getting fired because that's hilarious.
Okay, I have heard, well, not heard, but seen random Twitter rumors.
I thought you were gonna say your sources were telling you.
My
sources were telling you.
Just to preface what you're about to say, your sources are trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. Just believe in what I'm saying, bro. It has something to do with his his family. Apparently, he was abusing his wife. His child died in their care. There was a lot of things, and I'm not saying this is just all speculation, but yeah, I think that was the rumors going around.
Is
no
this just a class
way.
Yeah, no. This is serious. This
no
is
way.
It's been so in 2020
I heard something about that. I heard something about that. Yeah.
In 2020, and then no one's doing anything because he won a couple games in the bubble. Those were her words. Yeah, those were literally her words. And then something about a baby dying in his home and nobody even calling to tell her or even caring or something of the sort. But I think he got fired because he asked Giannis's brother what his role on the team was, and they all just got fired.
No. You read that on Twitter. Don't do that. Don't do that nonsense. Don't do that nonsense. I think this came out of left field though, because the Bucks are on paper doing well, but let's be realistic.
Well.
They're not on paper. They're doing well. They're not going to do much in the playoffs because they're not set up as a roster that well, and their coaching is horrible. I never thought Griffin was a good coach, even when he was with the Raptors. When the Bucks poached him, I was like, great. At least you didn't get Nick Nurse. Thank God. It's funny though because everyone on Twitter is talking about how this might be the coach with the highest winning percentage to get fired. But if I remember correctly, the Cavs coach in 2015.
Yes. After MLK, they lost on MLK, and the next day he was gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they were what 30 and they were like some
13,
crazy
I
record.
believe.
Yeah, there was some crazy record. And like
Yeah.
his name was David Blatt, and LeBron's like,
Yeah.
nah, I need something else, and they got rid of him
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
I quickly saw before we got on that it was Giannis and I think maybe Dame that just lost
Yes.
to him. And that's
So it was like he lost the locker room.
Yeah.
That's those
Like
were the exact words.
like
He
like
lost the
early,
locker
yeah.
room.
as soon as you
Dame was having trouble, and Giannis was having trouble. Well, Dame was having trouble adjusting to his like his rotations, offensive, whatever. And Giannis just kind of like gave up at one point.
see, as soon as I see that, when I hear lose locker room and it's immediately after someone got fired, that locker room's probably been in shambles for at least a month.
Yeah.
That happened. I can tell you that happened in baseball not long ago with Blue Jays. Those rumors don't come out lightly. Like that, by the time that comes out, someone's already lost their job.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the locker room when the Jays lost they lost the locker room, and it's like.
Oh yeah, who was the manager? Who was the manager?
Yes. I just missed my grandma.
Who was the manager though? Who's the man? Your grandma's asking who the manager was.
Jeez, we could just move on from that. Yeah.
You're so dumb. I hope you ended it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing for people watching. Raheem likes to lie. So obviously Ronnie and I are gonna play it off. We know what we're doing. We need to initiate the audience into knowing. We should have like an alert or something.
We really should. Like something that shows up on the screen.
That button just comes up. He's lying.
He's lying.
Make like a breaking news banner, but it'll just be Raheem's
Heems alert. Heems alert.
just for the uninitiated. But let's you guys want to continue talking? Well, there's a second piece to that, which I think is
Oh
so apparently
my goodness.
apparently the replacement is gonna be Doc Rivers.
Yes, which is crazy. I don't know why he's still getting head coach jobs. That's just ridiculous.
All the
And
time.
And he what came out was that he was mentoring a AG.
So that's why they're terrible.
Yeah, so that's essentially why they're terrible. I have to find the tweet again. But there was like something written saying that he was the one like drawing up, helping him to draw plays and such and stuff like that.
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers has to have something on somebody in the NBA office to keep on getting jobs.
Yeah. Because after his shit show in
someone like me on the periphery knows that he's not a good coach.
Yeah.
You
Like,
can't.
after seeing what he did with the Philadelphia 76ers, it's like, yo, why would anybody want to hire him?
Sixers, Clippers, Magic. Magic, whatever. That was early. But, like, you can't be losing 3-1 series constantly. Like, you're up constantly in series and you're just faltering. And then you can't make adjustments to your plays. You can't do subs correctly. I don't know who's worse, him or Darvin Ham. Like, it's like a toss-up for me sometimes.
Oh, my gosh, let's not talk about that terrorist.
Did you know? Wow. Did you know that I just read a tweet, though, speaking about AG, that Nick Nurse was high up on their list when the Bucks were hiring, and apparently Giannis chose to go in a different direction and chose AG, which is crazy.
That crybaby loser. That no skill loser.
You're just mad that he beat your favorite team.
Yeah, he beat my Brooklyn Nets by a pole of whatever.
The Brooklyn Nets are your favorite.
No, hold on. So let's mention Raheem doesn't have favorite teams. He has players that he's in love with. So if that player plays for Brooklyn and then Phoenix and then whichever super team wants to join to, he's a part of that fan base. Same with LeBron. So when LeBron joins the Raptors, first thing you'll see is this guy will have a Raptors jersey on him.
That is not happening.
Never say never.
That is for sure not happening.
Raptors draft Bronny.
So bad. Yeah. Exactly.
LeBron James will be a Mav next year.
We don't even need to tank that hard because Bronny's not going to go up that high in the draft.
Yeah, true.
Also, doesn't he have a heart condition?
Exactly. That's exactly why he's not going to go up that high.
That shit's
Like, would you? The idea is draft Bronny, get LeBron, but then LeBron's going to be 41 years old. Do you want a 41 LeBron carrying your team?
Think about the ticket sales. Think about all the revenue you can get by having LeBron James. And
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. As an MLSC ticket, like season seat holder, they care about it, but at the same time, we're so stupid that we're still renewing our seats every year. So they don't really care because they get their money no matter what.
The Raptors season tickets have been like the hottest thing in the city for a long time when it
Yeah.
comes to sports. Because the Leafs we're, by the way, based out of Toronto. We're in the periphery of Toronto. That's what we're talking about, Toronto. But the Leafs have priced out any legitimate fan completely out of the market. The Blue Jays have honestly too many games to watch mediocre baseball, especially last year. And the Raptors were consistently delivering for a long time. You went to a game and you saw something that you couldn't see anywhere else. Now it's kind of hard. We have friends that also have tickets and they're having a hard time just pushing them. And it's a reality of the market. But
Yeah, that's for sure. To switch gears really fast. I know, Raheem, you want to talk about the 70-point game by Joel, but before that, we need to talk about KATT dropping 62 and losing.
okay,
Oh my gosh.
about that. I wanted to ask about that because I saw some funny ass shit. So I saw his coach just completely lambaste him
As
Yeah.
he should.
As he should.
about playing. I literally think he said like dog water defense. He said
Yeah.
this in front of the media, and
Yeah.
he was just padding stats, which I find. At first, I
That's
didn't
it
know they
right
lost the
there.
game. Did not know they lost the game.
Yes.
To Charlotte.
What had essentially happened was at halftime, the Philly game ended and the locker rooms buzz in. Everybody's like, Embiid just dropped 70. So they're going out there with the mindset that KATT has
44.
44 going into the third. Oh, we need to top Embiid's performance. And that's what they tried to do. Okay. After the third, they started doubling. They started making defensive adjustments like any normal basketball, not even an NBA team, any normal basketball team. And yeah, he just continued to take bad shots. I'm talking about he's getting double team and he's doing a spin move, shooting over two people, turnovers, not getting back on defense. Then obviously the coach took him out and they went on a run again. Right? And then they put him back in, and everybody just started feeding him in the post while he's getting double teamed. And he's not passing out of the double teams.
No.
He's shooting over the double teams and missing horribly.
And that's the difference between Joel's performance and KATT's performance. Because, like, Joel, that 70 was like, it was a good 70, though.
He made 20 free throws.
That's his normal game, though. But the difference is,
unethical hoops.
but the difference is, what I'm trying to say is with KATT, he was dying for those points. He wanted to hit 70 so badly that he thought he could do whatever he wanted. But Joel, he was just playing his game and getting all the free throws he wanted. And then when he got hit, I'm pretty sure when he hit like 50, he's like, okay, let me keep going.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like crazy triple teams. I'm just gonna do my thing. No, he's just gonna be a free throw merchant, which is literally his game. I don't know why you're confused with that. That's his game.
I just think
Why do you
at some point
why do you
have to.
why do you
have
think he
to, like,
doesn't do so well in the
20
playoffs? But why do you think he doesn't do so well in the
doesn't
playoffs?
get all those free throws, and that's why he will never win a chip.
Exactly.
Right? But yeah, no. 20 free throws is unethical. I don't care what anybody says. Again, the night before, Kevin Durant had 40 on 0 free throw attempts. That is pure genius.
Okay.
Just like passionate
Can I
basketball.
ask you something?
Go ahead.
How many attempts at the rim did KD have?
I don't know how much shots he shot. But he's probably a good percentage.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Attempts at the rim. I'm not talking about his field goal percentage. I'm talking about attempts at the rim. Because like realistically, if you're a superstar and you're going up to the rim that much, you're gonna get a foul call. But if it's KD and he's doing his normal mid-range silky shooter, 3 points, he's not gonna get a call, right? Because he's just shooting the ball. He's not driving to the rim. That's what I'm not saying. That's not impressive that he got 40 with 0 free throws. I'm not saying that at all. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying there might be a reason.
25, by the way, ethical, efficient.
I said ethical and efficient.
I've never heard someone explain someone's game with ethical.
I know, right? Like that's
Oops.
this guy. The word KD and ethical do not make sense together. You can't say that to me. Do not.
Ethical.
No, that's not how that works. He just didn't drive to the rim.
I mean, we're not gonna say he didn't drive to the rim. He drove to the rim, but I guess he doesn't live in the paint.
He probably
He lives off jumpers.
Yeah, as a 7-foot man, that's crazy. He didn't drive to the paint enough, and it clearly worked, right? He doesn't need to. That's an skill. Shut up.
I feel like eventually he's probably gonna have to though.
Oh yeah, but that's not his game. That'll never be his game. He's not big enough for that.
Yeah. But again, I just don't. Yeah.
I forget how tall they are. They all look the same.
6'11".
Yeah.
It's
On
insane.
TV they look the same, but then like you look at their stats and 6'11". Like what is that?
I think all of America is literally rooting for Baltimore, which is really rare because most of America hates Baltimore.
Because Lamar Jackson has had a very.
That's not why.
So why is it?
You know why we're all rooting for Baltimore? It's because of Taylor Swift.
It's because Lamar Jackson has had some really bad playoff games. You know, it's starting to look. It's starting. No, it's because we don't want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl.
That's why. That is why.
Taylor Swift or the Swifties at the Super Bowl. We don't want to see any.
None of them. None of them.
Swag surfing. I don't want to see any of it. Like
you don't want to see no swag surfing.
No, I need it to.
While Usher's performing.
No. No TikToks. No nothing. Just leave it alone, please.
Does the Taylor Swift effect really like bother football fans?
Yes.
Yes. Like if you go into like the NFL Reddits, like every time they get so mad. And as I put in the doc, she gets more screen time after every play up to the suite, staring at Taylor Swift. Like it's annoying. I saw somebody I think it was Bleacher Report that tweeted, should Taylor Swift get a ring if the cheat?
Insane.
That's funny.
Insane. It's so sad because like Taylor Swift is helping the business of NFL, and NFL loves it, and that's why they're going to continue to get more engagements. They're going to continue to post about Taylor Swift to make us angry because the engagement's just so high, and the payouts are so high. But as like a sports fan, I hate it. I hate it. She doesn't know anything about the damn sport. She's just dating a guy. That's all it is.
She's dating a guy and coming to watch his game.
Yeah,
she doesn't know what's going on. She cheers when the ball hits the other side. She doesn't know anything. She's just there. Yeah, which is like cool, but like stop showing her on the.
It's like Beyonce courtside watching a Nets game. Jay-Z's all into it, and Beyonce just smiling like, "Hey, black guy ran by."
She'll see a field goal and be like, "Wow, what a nice home run."
Exactly.
Yeah. So, did you guys hear about the big Netflix deal?
Yes. You're able to watch a fucking Raw every Monday on Netflix, right?
So
I just know, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's like,
No, I saw it.
I'm gonna let him break the news now. So WWE Raw is gonna be exclusive to Netflix starting in January of 2025. The reason I want to bring it up is for a long time, it was thought that Raw was going to go to TNT or TNN, one of those two. And then it didn't, obviously. And I know the NBA is currently on TNN. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, it has partnering rights with TNT and ESPN. Yeah, there's different days for each program.
But I know where you're going with this. There is a high chance that Netflix will, after their deal ends, they will be probably moving over.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. What do you guys think is going to happen with the TV rights of the NBA? Because I know they're up for renewal soon.
Yes.
I think they're going one place. Do you think they're going multiple again?
Multiple again. There's too much. Really? There's too much money to be made to put all your baskets in, like put all your eggs in one basket.
Because you saw how much money WWE's making.
$5 billion, right?
Yes, over 10 years, which is $500 million a year.
Yeah.
So imagine what that would be with a sports league that draws in real, legitimate ratings, like the NFL or the NBA. That's probably like 10
I mean, knowing Adam Silver, he wants like an online platform himself. It's just hard with like Canadian television rights and blackouts. That's the biggest obstacle that he has.
He created the WWE Network, which was pretty much their version of Netflix in 2014. Decided, or they made the call, we don't have the infrastructure for this, so let's just sell it. And they sold the rights in the US to Peacock. Mm-hmm. And now, as this deal goes through, I think year by year, they're going to be shutting down those services.
Yeah.
So, like in Canada, we get it through cable. We're not going to have it on cable anymore because we have Netflix.
Right.
And so they're just saying, you guys have built the infrastructure. You guys know what you're doing. You do it. So, because we've seen it. The NFL has done some games on Amazon Prime. The NBA, I don't think has yet.
No.
But I think this new window of negotiations.
Possibly, yeah. We're gonna switch gears here. Let's talk about the crazy jam-packed NFL weekend that we had, because we just had the AFC and NFC division playoff games, and they were a lot of fun. I almost went to the Buffalo game by myself. I was really interested because it was like $250 for a ticket, and I'm glad I did it because I did not want to witness Patrick Mahomes going off against the Bills and watching the Bills choke
Devil
again.
Magic.
It's don't make me get my jersey. Don't make me get my
Devil magic. It
Don't-
was not anything good. It's devil magic.
First of all, don't whoa. His QB rating was 131. That's very impressive.
Yes,
I don't think you know what that means, but that's really impressive.
it is impressive.
Like-
I watched that game. I'm not a huge football guy, but the Chiefs offense I think had like a very good game for their offensive capability.
Yep.
That's what they were saying. The things that Kelsey and Mahomes were able to do, they haven't been able to do apparently the last couple games or last few weeks or even just this season.
Correct.
So right from there, that as soon as you knew that those two were connecting on a regular basis, the game was pretty much. I would have said it was a coin toss more so than it would have been a Bills game because Bills
Kelsey.
had to work for it.
I felt like Patrick Mahomes had a lot of time in the pocket as well. Like the defense sucked. The Bills' defense was horrible. Like it was hard to watch.
Kelsey and Pat looked like prime Brady and Gronk, and it was beautiful.
Now
I hated it. I hated it.
Now turn my camera off. Have a good day, guys. That is crazy.
It was
That is-
beautiful.
that is crazy.
It hurt my heart as a Pats fan, but it was beautiful to watch.
No,
And I love watching the Bills lose. I love watching the Bills lose.
This is what I don't understand. Brady passed the torch to Mahomes. Why do you not like him?
He's a racist.
Because
But
He doesn't like black people.
he's half black.
Yeah.
he is
Shut up, man. Just let me make up shit.
teams alert.
He doesn't donate to like any foundations. He hates sick kids. Okay.
So hold on. My understanding, if I'm not completely missing this, I swear Brady beat him twice in the playoffs.
Yes.
No?
Yep.
What is their all time like head to head? Isn't it like pretty like even?
In the playoffs, it's 2-0. In the regular season, I think it's 2-1.
So then what's the argument here?
Like you think I'd hate Patrick Mahomes because of the rivalry, and I don't. I actually love Patrick Mahomes because of the rivalry.
Because you're also a racist.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
That's the only way it makes sense.
That's how the
Anyway, so
episode.
we're talking
That's
about
how the
Lamar
episode.
Jackson.
That's how the episode.
Baltimore Ravens.
That's Davion. When you're editing this, make sure that's how the episode ends. For next week, next week's gonna be a really fun week. It'll be our second episode, and we're gonna talk about so many different topics. It's gonna be a crazy week with the championship games in the NFL. More NBA news. It'll be the release of the All-Star starters for the NBA. So hopefully Scotty Barnes makes it, and we're just gonna have so much more. And you know what? Next week we're gonna be talking about the NHL All-Star weekend. So be on the lookout for that. We just have so much to yap about.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, you guys can go subscribe down below. We're gonna be dropping new videos every week, and all of our links will be down below, so you can go follow us on our personal accounts too. All right, see you guys next
Yes,
week.
sir.
Peace.
More Ravens.